What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we have literally the biggest game of Brawl Esports 2024. We got Stamina versus Tribe Gaming. Well, this potentially could be because, I mean, if Stamina win this, then they're probably going to face Luminosity in the semi-finals, which will be even bigger. But of course, first and foremost, we're going to be covering this game. So this might be a dual game episode. This might be a very long episode on the main channel. So make sure to subscribe for all the best Brawl Esports content, all the best meta content, you know, all of that good stuff. So if you guys are unaware, there's been a roster change with Tribe. There's like, it's just crazy the amount of things that are on the line at the moment. It's insane. So double Berry ban, of course, Duel and Beetles Berry would be absolutely insane. Barley ban, very good on this map. Gale ban, very good. Surge and Larry must be good, like 4 or 5 picks more than likely. So Colette into a Frank, of course, an insane counter, but do they double down with the Lu counter as well? That's what I'm trying to think. Tribe must have something up their hands. If they're just straight up going Frank, either that's just really dumb drafting early on, or they're trying to bait them into something. So in my mind, I'm thinking Lu for Tribe here, into a Meg, into a Colette. I think Lu could really take over the map. I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't think a throw would be enough to cut with the amount of HP that they're offering. So I'm thinking Lu. Thinking something big to shut it down. Lu. Yeah, there we go. I'm actually, like, just to show you guys, this is a live recording. I'm just a go. No, but it always made sense. A lot of times I still know what is good just from my previous experience years ago. Although I'm probably a bit behind with completely knowing the draft. Lu just made sense. Good against Meg. Good into Colette, especially shutting down her super. And it's really good in the hot zone meta right now. So in terms of compositions, I still probably would favor Stamina, just because they've got Colette into the Frank. They've got Meg, who's just a beast right now. Amber, I don't know, I think it's like a 50-50 comp, if I'm honest. We might see a lot different in the gameplay, but yeah, everything is riding on this for both teams. So Tribe, they're a little bit behind Elevate right now, about 14 points off, and then Stamina, they're literally on exactly the same points as Luminosity. So they have to get through Tribe first and foremost, and then beat Luminosity if they face them in the semi-finals. So everything is on the line here. Of course, I think Stamina probably have a little bit of an upper hand, mainly because this will be Fade's first monthly final with Tribe. So there's a lot really going into it. All right, so let's talk into the game then. So that is a good kill from Tyrant. But I don't necessarily like it too much when Lu's use supers outside of the zone. But I think that might have been an important kill to actually confirm. Fade is on the Frank. So if you're wondering why Fade is in instead of as Livy, I'm thinking the only undroppable player for Tribe. Of course, everyone is good on Tribe. I think Tyrant is the only one that you can't drop. Great kill from Tyrant again. But Bobby with a gotcha gadget is just working too good. A great slow from Zulan with the hypercharge. This is just neck and neck so far. But as I was saying, I think Tyrant's the only undroppable one. I think he's like the best player in NA. So it's out of like Zulan as Livy, unfortunately, who'd have to make way for Fade if they wanted to experiment with the roster. And in this meta, Bobby's and just other pros have explained it to me that it just makes sense for Fade to come in this meta because it's a very aggressive meta. Fade is good at like Sam, Buster, all of these tanky aggressive options. So that's why they're of course opting for him, because it's one of the tankiest metas there's been in a long time. So now Stamina starting to take over the map a little bit. The problem if you stun a Meg, you can't actually confirm the kill really, because once she bounces out mech, she actually unstuns, which I don't know whether I like that mechanic, but that's like a secret good mechanic. Fade does have his hypercharge, but he has a Bobby Colette super to deal with here. I think his the hypercharge shield allows him to stay alive. If Bobby had pushed it, probably would have killed him no matter what. I don't actually know, it wouldn't because of the shield, the hypercharge, but that was a very important takedown. Zom manages to get, I think, a couple of clips on through his gadget, and this is looking like a Stamina win this time around. So yeah, like I said, I did favor this. I did say 50-50, but I did favor the Tribe comp a little bit, mainly because of the fact that they have Meg and Frank is good. But Frank is into a pretty hard matchup. You've got to play it pretty perfectly, and it just seems like Stamina seem to have all the answers. I think the aggression with Colette early game also is pretty key. This is just going to be an insane game. Then again, we saw, obviously I'm rooting for the Tribe boys. I just don't want to jinx anything, by the way. Like, I really want Tribe to win, but every single time I seem to predict anything, it goes horribly wrong. That's why I try to keep my cards close to my chest. Sans winning the 1v1 versus Frank, gets the kill onto Zulan as well, and it's not looking good for Tribe whatsoever. Again, like, Meg, why do pros just leave Meg open? Why? I'm seeing it literally everywhere. In monthly finals, every region, they're leaving Meg open. Why are you leaving this brawler open? She's broken. Like, so broken. I don't, like, I guess they think they can counter her because you can outrange her in some ways, but it takes a lot. Like, is it worth the hassle of just having to play, like, perfectly to counter this brawler, or just ban it so you don't have to deal with it? I guess it's because pros, like, typically you know the counters to Meg, right? Because you've been in and around the meta for a while. But finally, Tribe gets some good control. We've got a hypercharged Lu super here to take down Zar, which is going to be okay, but I mean, he cycles through to super anyway. That's going to be really good. I still would have... Oh, that's all right for now. He's using really aggressive Lu supers though, which sometimes work out, sometimes they don't. Fade manages to dodge the Amber super, but again, it's just hard for him to really do anything into this matchup. Fade might be able to get the kill onto Sans here, but there's not much else he can really do without a lack of support. But Tribe have got the lead now. They've got another Lu hypercharge coming in pretty soon. Colette hypercharge as well. Here comes the Tyrant hypercharge. He's going to use it onto Bobby. Unfortunately, just misses out. Bobby gets the kill onto Fade, pretty much. Now Tyrant cycling another super. Tyrant is just popping off right now, but that's another super not used on the zones. I feel like Stamina kind of doing really good baiting him out to using those Lu supers outside of his zone. Fade doing actually good holding on to that super, because that would have definitely got him killed. This is going down to the wire. Right. Tyrant uses a super onto his zone, but it doesn't put it exactly on the zone, which allows Stamina to kind of creep onto the zone again. Those small margins might come back to bite him. This is incredibly close. Great kill from Fade and Bobby there with the pinch. All of them are pretty low though. Zar's doing a great job of going insanely aggro. Gets the kill onto Zulan, and by that time, Bobby can just go up, use super onto the Jesse turret. Lu hypercharge, which didn't connect again from Tyrant. It's not looking the best for Tribe. This is so close. So much on the line. Good shots from Zulan. Come on, Fade. You can do it. Fade's so close to getting the time locked down. 5% is all they need, but everyone is going down on Tribe, and it's looking like a Stamina win. They hold on and they clutch up. It always seems to be the case with Stamina. They just always have the ice, and that's going to be the first set going their way. That was insanely close. Just small margins. I think the Lu super really did hurt them in the end, and that's unfortunate. So momentum on the way of Stamina. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the second set here. So we have Hard Rock Mine gem grab. We have a Surge first pick on Hard Rock Mine. Interesting. We've got Rico, Meg, Berry Band on the side of Stamina. So there was the best first picks. We've got Ruff's, Kit, and Larry and Laurie. So Frank early pick again. This is the NA that we like to see. We see some, like, I wouldn't say bizarre, just a really different meta in NA a lot of the time. They tend to just, when there's a tank in the meta, even if it gets countered, they're not scared to go it early on in the draft. That's what you saw with Ash a lot last year. You've seen it with Frank now. Even though most people would say he's okay to pick early on, they go with the Colette, which Colette is a good mid on Hard Rock Mine, so I don't mind it. I feel like Gale might have to go mid. Potentially, it's how wacky the meta is. I would probably go with like a Chester here. Nita. Nita. I mean, Nita's one of the... I don't... Just trying to think. Nita. Wait, who did I even say to go? Chester. I don't think Chester would be the greatest against this for Stamina. I'm not too sure you could really go. I got a feeling like a thrower could low-key be really fire, but... nah. He can't... Nah, how did I predict that? Again, I mean, I didn't predict Dynamite, but I predicted like a thrower being kind of fire. You want to know why? Because Nito's always struggled so much against throwers on other like Brawl maps. Surge we've seen in Hot Potato against double throw, terrible. So whoever faces Dynamite lane is going to lose 100%. And then, but I just think it's down to the other lane just to try and the other lane harder. So I don't know, it's just a win lane for Dynamite all of the time. Surge might be permanently stuck on level 1. Yeah, Frank is just straight away swapping lane. Do not give Surge any levels, would probably be the call in VC right now. And Bobby's just running down Nita. So the thing is, you got to always be careful with Frank. Typically, when brawlers are low in HP, you can just run at them. But with Frank, he's like the only brawler in the game, really, you got to be careful of. It's a little bit annoying to face off against. But does the Dynamite work out? The thing about Dynamite is that once there's aggression in the grass, it's hard for him to kind of sniff it out. So that's the big thing. And Dynamite's always a risky pick, especially in competitive play. Alright, so now we've got Bobby versus Tyrant. So I guess now that Surge already has the levels, it doesn't really matter too much. Tyrant gets the takedown there. That was nearly a good stun from Bobby. Zaz doing a good job on Vanita. Great kill from Tyrant there. Insane. Uses the jump as well to get out and save himself. He needs to stay at that top level. 2 gems collected from Zulan. This is why I love collect mid in Hard Rock Mine. Always has been a good one for years, because it's like it's normally a good counter to like brawlers like 8-bit. And there's a lot of tanks in Hard Rock Mine, so Colette's always been good for that reason. Of course, the super can help pick up gems as well. So yeah, Colette's actually really handy. Okay, Bobby with the hypercharge. Zulan's got to be careful. It was a really risky super there, to be honest. I don't know whether he's going to survive it. Just barely survives it. I think the reaction on the super backwards was good intention, but was probably late anyways if it did connect. Dynamite. Oh, Bobby manages to get the double kill. And yeah, they just steal the gems. I don't know. It needed to be. It's unfortunate for Driver. Yeah, I can just feel the momentum really going their way, especially after a round win like that. I'm just scared that it's just going to domino effect into Stamina. Of course, I want both teams to win, by the way, because I'm really, really good friends with Bobby and the other Stamina guys as well. Of course, Tribe, I'm good friends with everyone on Tribe. It's a hard situation to be in, so it's not like I feel sad for both teams winning or losing at this point in time. So do we get like a replay of that straight away? I don't know why they're showing a replay mid-set. Like, get into the action. Like, hello. Anyways, Tyrant's going to get the jump onto Bobby. He's going to get his level so easily. Sneak into the grass onto Zara as well. That's a great first play from Tyrant. Again, I mean, Tribe were comfortable the whole game. It came down to, in gem grab, you've always got to have that one person at least, unless of course it's split gems. You've got to have one person that is like being aggressive, pretty much getting like one person low, or at least like getting a respawn in. But when all 3 members die in gem grab, of course you make it impossible for yourself to actually get the gems back once the enemy team have got the gems. So Zulan's going to go with a super. Does survive. Zol went for the wrong play. That he should have just supered Zulan. I think he thought that the normal main attack was just going to kill him anywhere. Anyway, Fade's going to go for the stun onto Bobby. Doesn't actually get the stun because of the gadget. But Fade's doing a fantastic job on Bobby so far. He seems to be keeping his range really well. Doing all things that he should do on Nita. Hypercharge Bear coming in through the left as well. He's probably going to press gadget button now. Gets the stun onto Frank. A couple of swipes. They just need that one gem. Zulan with a hypercharge. Tyrant's doing really well. And there's nothing that Stamina can do. So that's how the first game should have gone. I mean, by the looks of things, it looks like a good outdraft from Tribe. But I don't want to call it too early. Dynamite hasn't really done anything, has he? The problem with Dynamite is that there's a lot of grass. And there's a lot of HP on the side of Tribe still. Like, Nita still has a lot of HP. Like, Frank is feeding a lot of supers. Even though Frank is really strong, he's feeding Nita infinite bears. And as well, Colette is better than the Gale in the middle. I mean, Zulan's playing really well. But I think Colette's just a better mid in general. So yeah, this is going to go down to the wire. Tribe really need to win this. You don't want to go 2 sets down because reverse sweeps are rare, especially against Stamina. You don't want to be having to force yourself into a reverse sweep. I'm actually sweating. If you guys, like, this is tense. This is the first game this weekend I've actually been on the edge of my seat. Actually, South America was pretty tense as well, but EMEA and APAC, I don't know, there wasn't much tension, I'd say, in monthly finals for the final one. Is normally like everything's on the line, but it wasn't much on the line in EU and APAC. I'm not too sure what it was. Was it because there's only 5 monthly finals? Okay, there we go. It's all starting to cook. That's what I mean. Like, as soon as I say one thing, it always happens in life in general. Like, I say one bad thing about a brawler or a player, and then they just start popping off. I always have this, I don't even know what you call it. Say in football, for example, if I say a certain player is playing terrible, but just go ahead and score. Like, it's actually really, I'm just a jinx machine. What is wrong with me? Because see on Twitter as well, like ever since I joined Tribe have been losing in quarterfinals. Every time I tweet about a team going to win, they lose. Have I just used all my luck up in the past? I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyhow, Stamina have a big lead here. Zor's going to miss the super. I don't know how anyone can take this dynamite lane. And now Sans is pushing forward. Bobby has his hypercharge super as well. This is not looking good for Tribe whatsoever. The amount of shielding you get through that hypercharge is disgusting with Frank. Like, you can't kill him. You can't. That's going to be an important kill from Tyrant, but that's going to be the 10th gem going their way. And Stamina just seem to always have this game knowledge down to a T. I don't think there's much Tribe can really do at a minute. Yeah, nothing Zulan going to do. And that's going to be Stamina 2 sets up to 0. I mean, yeah, not looking good for Tribe, is it? Stamina just one set away from facing Luminosity potentially in the semis, and that could be the banger. So let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into set number 3, we have Heist Kaboom Canyon. So we can take a look at the bans. The best 3 picks, according to Tribe, are going to be Colette, Amber, and Chuck. They're probably banning Amber because Stamina just love it. Meg is a very good pick. I was about to say I don't see much Melody, but we see Stamina at the right bottom one, which is going to ban my beautiful face, is banned. A double Amber ban actually, and a Gale ban. But Gale is very good at Kaboom Canyon, even before the hypercharge and the super buff, because of the launch pad. It can get you some control. Carl very early on in draft. I mean, I don't know what to really think about that. They're going to go with Colt. Yeah, Colt is good in Heist. I don't actually see him too much on Kaboom Canyon in pro play. But Colt, very good. It's good into 8-bit to destroy his walls. 8-bit is a very comfort pick for Zulan, especially on Heist. I'd say not everyone plays 8-bit in Heist anymore in competitive meta, but Zulan himself is a very good 8-bit. And of course, Tyrant on Carl is very good. Fade on Carl is very good. So Stamina, they go with Kit. That has to be Bobby. I mean, Kit is good, but I've not really seen other teams pick Kit outside of Knockout and Bounty too much. Maybe a few times in Gem Grab here and there. But Kit on Heist? That's brave. If I was... I would probably go Cordelius or a Charlie... or damage Nita. Okay, we go with damage. That is clever. I think that's a clever pick, to be honest. Bobby didn't look best pleased with that pick. It's because Kit can't really kill Nita, and the problem is in a DPS race, well, actually Meg does a lot of damage, Colt does a lot of damage, Kit does no damage really on the safe. I mean, maybe it's a little bit underrated. 2k swipe's actually pretty good. In terms of comp, I don't really know. This is a weird draft. I would, taking a look at the comps, I would probably say Tribe would have the better comp. But surely Stamina have been cooking something up with Kit, which I've not yet seen. So let's take a look at it. Bobby's going to get a kill already with Kit. I mean, he is the Kit god. He calls this brawler like the best brawler in the game. So we're about to witness maybe the biggest masterclass ever, perhaps. All right, here we go. Kit, Meg. What is going to kill this then? At least Nita's going to feed a lot of bears. You can't let Meg on the safe. You can't let Meg on the safe. Yeah, you definitely can't let Meg on the safe. That's a lot of damage, though, from Stamina. And who's on the other side? Carl. Carl does a lot of damage himself as well. Wait, is Livy's here? I didn't even realize. Where is this Livy spawn from? Okay, this whole time. I mean, that's a bit of a... Maybe they were going to switch anyways after 2 sets. I'm unsure. But yeah, it's quite rare we see like an actual player swap. I'm just completely oblivious to it. And Zulan's such a good 8-bit anyways, so a little bit apprehensive about that anyways. I think that's probably the best way, especially when there's been 3 players that have been fighting for the world spot all year. That's the most fair way to do it in my opinion. You just don't see it much in esports. You just see a lot of backstabbing. Anyways, now Tribe finally have a lot of control, but there's 40% deficit. Kit's going to have super here, and on top of a Meg. What is actually going to deal with that? I don't really know. Good jump from Bobby onto Fade. This is looking like a stamina win, surely. Kit on the safe does a lot of damage. Meg as well. Incoming. Oh, Kit's going to finish off a safe, surely. Oh, it's really close, but it's still 50% that Tribe have to claw back. It's looking tough for the Tribe boys, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. Great kill. There we go on Zar. Here comes the Nita Bear as well. This is looking like this could be a Tribe win. It's Olivia with a lot of damage. Tyrant's in the corner. It just needs a couple more shots. One more shot is all it takes. And there we go. Tribe on the board. Finally there. Love to see it. Love to see it. Now we just need some momentum going into this. Well, hopefully finishing off this set. And that can bring the momentum for the reverse sweep, hopefully. One thing as well, I absolutely love the backdrop for wherever the Tribe boys play. I wish I was closer to them. I would literally be in the background supporting them, coaching them. I've not seen Corey yet. I wonder if he's lobster fishing or something like that. Anyways. Right, so the thing that went wrong with Tribe first game is just the Kit play. Bobby played really well with Kit, got a kill, and then it just turned into like 40% damage because of Meg. Meg just deletes the high safe. So now they've got a better start. Looking much better this time. It's now Fade. It's going to get taken down by Bobby. I mean, the good thing with Kit in this composition, which I definitely underestimated, is if you pair Kit as well with just 2 quick damage brawlers, so Meg and Colt, it's perfect. Because if you jump onto someone, you're going to be able to get the kill quicker onto that person Kit jumps onto, rather than, say, like Tribe, for example. Like, Tribe only have 8-bit, but there was really fast damage. Do you get what I'm coming up with there? Yeah, I'm waffling again. Shut up, Spen. Right, Tyrant's going to get a great kill onto Zor. Good kill onto Sans as well. Good kill from Bobby. This is where it gets pretty tough for Kit, though. An 8-bit turret setup is definitely one of Kit's worst nightmares, because the way to counter Kit is to group up, because then Kit can't sneak up. Also, it's just really hard for Kit to get value, because if Kit does take anyone down, they can just get the trade out instantly. Good kill from Zol with a hypercharge. Gets the takedown onto Tyrant as well, and gets a little bit of chip damage on the safe with a hypercharge additional damage. So all's not lost yet for stamina. Bobby's not using his super onto Sans just yet, but that is why, because they can confirm the kill. But Tyrant's doing a fantastic job, by the way. Like, this guy on the call is insane. He plays so many brawlers pretty much picture perfect, and there we go, getting some really good damage onto safe as well. Good kill onto Bobby. That Nita Bear is going to get absolutely ripped through, but at least Fade got a couple of chip shots. As Olivia's going to get pushed back by the Meg, and this is tense, guys. This is very tense. 30 seconds left. It's going to be a good jump from Bobby. Going to get the takedown, but I think that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, Meg out of mech. If Tyrant gets the kill there, then goes on to safe with super. That looks pretty much over. Ooh, good clip from Zar, but it's just too much to do. Kit just can't deal any damage. I like the idea from Bobby, but in Heist, I don't know. I mean, maybe they can win this one. Maybe. They need to kill the Meg. They need to kill the Meg. Okay, they still win it anyways. Yeah, I like the idea. It kind of works in ways. I saw the vision, but in the end, damage wins the games a lot of the time. And even though they'll confirm a lot of kills, it just didn't really correlate into heist damage. So that's going to be third set going the way of Tribe. Let's jump into the fourth. All right, guys, jumping into the fourth set here, we've got Bell's Rock Knockout. So we see a great early pick, which is actually very uncommon in this meta. We go with a Meg pick as well. Meg is just everywhere in the meta. We see the bans Tick, Kit, and Jean on the side of Tribe, so that's probably some of the better picks. And then Rico, I mean, that's like a good comfort pick for his Livy. And then Ulti. Ulti's just pretty good in the meta, and they probably wanted to ban Ulti in case Kit was left open. They go with a Buster. I mean, if Fade's playing, bro is the best Buster player in the world. I mean, I glaze a lot of people, but Fade, he deserves it. especially with his buster. It makes me anyways. Piper is next up in the draft. Bobby on the Piper. His Piper makes me, and yeah, anyways, into the next brawler. This is just a glaze fest at the moment. I mean, these players are good at their mains. When you know, you know. Bobby at World Finals, Piper and Bell and other sharpshooters was just absolutely insane, like crazy. And then Buster, I've seen Faye just do unspeakable things on like Gem 4 and other maps with the Buster. And we go with Larry and Laurie. That is a really good pick in pro play at the moment. I've said it enough already this weekend, but it is, I can't underestimate how, I don't even know the words that came out of my mouth. I can't think of them. English spent. Come on. It's 10:30. Okay, give me a break. I can't underestimate how strong they are. Right, so last pick. I would go with, I was going to say something something to counter this. It's like 3 squishy brawlers. 2 of them are sharpshooters. There's got to be something, and it's going to be Sprout. So Sprout is a good comfort pick from Livy, but it's pretty decent. I just get the feeling Sprout might not have the firepower here. I don't know. I mean, throwers are really dominant on Bell's Rock. I mean, Sprout could be really annoying for him to face off against, especially Sprout against Piper. But I just don't know how this is gonna go. Honestly, I don't like to predict close matches like this. I'm actually got goosebumps because of how much is on the line right now for both of these teams. Like Tribe, they want to lock in World Finals. It's pretty much qualified, I think, for World Finals every single year as one of the top seeds, and they might not even make it this time. Only LCQ, and then Stamina might not even make LCQ if they don't win this. So it's literally one of the most important games of their lives right now, and it's in a monthly final. So Bobby's getting the taps. The thing is, I've seen an EU great kill from Faye. This is why this guy is on the Buster, and this is why they've recruited him. Insane, absolutely insane. But yeah, as I was saying, Piper's actually a counter to Meg now. So it kind of flips around. Remember when I used to always have this argument with a few people where they used to think Piper countered Meg? That was never the case, but now it is. I've seen it before on, I think it was Humble versus ECP, I think, Eclipser. In the semi-finals, EU, on Out in the Open, they went like Byron and Piper to counter the Meg, and if you just focus fire Meg, then you're good to go. I mean, I'm just waffling now because there's no way that Stamina can really do anything here. And that's going to be the first round going towards Tribe. Now this, I'm hoping this goes to the fifth set, English. Because that'll just be beautiful. Imagine what would be going through the players' minds if it goes to 5th set, but we've got to make it there first. As Livy's been tapping on the Sprout. If he's already got a hypercharge, bro is cooking. Also, Bobby has the hypercharge Piper as well. The problem is he can't jump into any of them except for the Sprout. So, I mean, it's going to help for the damage boost. The Sprout walls are going to be really good in the late game interactions as well, because if you can force the opponents into an uncomfortable position, funnel them with Sprout, it's going to be good. Fade with the early super. Fade with the early super as well. But I kind of like this from Tribe. A lot more aggressive, trying to get some map control, and especially important once the gas closes in. Some good shots from his Livy. If I was him, I would probably put another super up towards Piper. Here comes the Piper hypercharge, a curve, which isn't really going to connect. But that's, I mean, yeah, that's a really good play from Zar. I don't know whether his Livy could have done anything better, but that was just insane heads up plays. Bobby's going to go down though. Tyrant's going to get a kill as well. And that's going to be Tribe seemingly out of nowhere winning that round. Absolutely love to see it. I kind of feel bad for Zulan in a way because he was playing good, especially in that second set. He was playing really good. And now Tribe looks like they're going to win 2 sets without him. I mean, that doesn't really prove anything in my opinion. Like, all 4 of them on Tribe are absolutely insane. But it just seems like now Tribe are starting to get the momentum back. Come on, boys. We want to see it right now. We want to see Tribe rise to the top again. Or maybe I've got potential for it. Maybe Fade is the perfect player to take him up another step. Good gadget from Zor. That's really clutch from Tyrant to stay alive, though. I mean, if I was them, I'd try to get Sprout on the Piper. Just because the Meg matchup is a really bad mismatch. Here comes Fade pushing Piper back, though. Good super. I mean, Sans going to go in here. He's pretty weak. And they kind of sense blood here. Tyrant's going to get pretty weak. Good gadget from Zar. But I like this controlled aggression from Tribe, right? We've seen a lot of different plays. Fade's going to get pretty weak. There's nothing they can really do. That's going to be the round going the way of Stamina. Try not and feed supers as Livy. Don't think he manages to get super of his own. And Stamina looking pretty good now. So if I was Tribe, I don't really know. You got to somehow try and find a way to push up against Bobby, but a good Piper will always tap. Especially, I think Meg has a bigger hitbox. I'm pretty sure, right? Surely Meg has a bigger hitbox than most brawlers. There are a few brawlers like tanks, I think, have bigger hitboxes. I think Meg's got to be one of. I think she classifies as tank, right? So surely she has a big one. There's someone in the comment section at this point in time. Write in the comments if you know, like, if you have a list of brawlers with bigger hitboxes, because I asked that in a previous video and some people have been asking me, but I've not really seen anyone talk about it. It's definitely a big important factor in Brawl Stars anyhow. So now I feel like Stamina still have a little bit of the edge here. Yeah, they have another walking cane from Zar. I feel like Zar just instantly taps his gadget. Like, I mean instantly, like you don't see the, like you don't see it coming whatsoever, which I find really useful. Tyrant just goes down though. Bobby's really weak as Livy needs to hit this shot. He gets the shot onto him. He's going to preserve his super as well. He's going to try not feed Sans his super. They did a perfect job there. Okay, Tribe are just one, well, game, whatever you call it, round, blah, 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 away, knockout round from getting... Can you tell I'm stressed? I'm very stressed right now. Because I want both teams to win. Tribe more so. I really want Tribe to win. But this is stressful, alright? This is stressful. Either way, some of my friends could be left broken-hearted. Right. It's Livy with the hypercharge. This could be very useful in the later interactions. I think Stamina know that. He's going to throw it onto Piper, knowing that Piper can use wall break, but if Bobby uses it, then he doesn't have a hypercharge super to use. It's Livy with a hypercharge. I mean, he doesn't really need to use his hypercharge super with Sprout in combination because it's so terrible. It doesn't really do anything. But now Stamina on the front foot right here. Another good wall from his Livy. He's got no more gadgets left. Zar has no more gadgets, so I don't think he'll be that influential in the final fight. This is just so messy. Here comes the Piper hypercharge as well. He's not going to opt to jump in just yet. Zar goes with like the double TP. There's just a lot going on. They get the retake. Tyrant's going to go really weak. Fade in a clutch situation here. He's going to go with the shot. Can he survive? 200 HP is all that it takes. Holy. Stamina nearly played that perfectly in the final circle. And now it's going to the 5th set. You've got to be punching the air right now if you're Stamina. That was so close, but so clutch from Fade. That's why you pay him the big bucks. All right, we're going to a 5th set, and I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't take this anymore. And into the 5th and final set. This could literally decide people's whole year going into this, especially for Stamina boys. This is so tense. I've actually just been stressing the last few minutes off camera, just waiting for this last game. So center stage, a weird map to end it off on. So they go with the Rico, which is going to be very good with the hypercharge. Good on this map, so I see by the ban rates as well. We see Frank, Sandy, and Larry ban. And then on Stamina side, let me take a look. They go with Amber again. Amber hasn't really been utilized too much in other regions, but definitely from Stamina, we see Surge, Meg, and Nita. So of course, Meg's really good. Surge good on center stage. And Nita, Fade's been playing a good Nita. So I won't be surprised to see... I was literally going to say it. I was going to say a Buster. I actually was going to say a Buster. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Buster. Buster is insane on center stage. We've got Fade on the Buster. I mean, if you're Stamina, there's some brawlers that you got to be scared of when someone gets their hands on them, right? It's like, for example, if Chaos gets on Rico, if Bobby gets on Piper, if Fade gets on Buster. A lot of people probably don't know about it, but trust me, it's like as well, is it RBM on Ash? There's quite a few examples, right? It's Livy on Sprout. There's Tyrant on everybody. Right, I forgot to Squeak. I mean, Bobby looks stressed though. Squeak is annoying on this map. He's tweaking right now. He's tweaking. Alright, surely there's something El Primo, okay. This is going to be a messy game. This is going to be very messy. I kind of like the El Primo. Good aggro against the Squeak. It's decent into the Buster. Can feed a lot of supers. Again, I don't know how this game can go. NA drafts are really unpredictable and pretty wild. It all comes down to this, especially for stamina. Like, Tribe boys, even if they lose, they can leave their heads held high because they're going to LCQ 100%. But stamina the whole year rides on it. I know Bobby's stressing right now. Again, I don't want to call who's going to win. Let's just get into it. Right. So, Squeak's going to use a gadget already. Looks like Zulan's going to come in for Ezlivy, even though Ezlivy won the first two. Oh, I don't really like. That's a bad omen, right? Am I overthinking it? I'm probably overthinking it. But when Ezlivy wins 2 sets, maybe that's just the way they practiced for Zulan to play set 1, 2, and 5 potentially. But I feel like when your team's... Oh, that is such a good Buster Super. That is such a good Buster Super. He plays it to perfection every time. I tell you guys time and time again, I feel like Buster's one of Brawlers, if you perfect how to play it, you appreciate a good Buster player. I feel like you can just play any tank when you learn how to play Buster pretty well. Alright, but the controls going away is stamina. Tyrant, okay, he's using slow, I was about to say. I mean, slow's good, but I would have felt maybe stun would have been better to just stop this Primo from going aggro all of the time. Here comes the Primo now onto Tyrant. I think Bobby knows that he's not running stun, but at the same time, the Gale Super's still going to do the same thing. Good super from Fade here. Zulan's just got this 1v1 locked in with Amber. It's going to be the takedown for Tribe. Zor. I mean, Fade is having the game on it. The game of his life here on Buster. The game of his life. He's blocking everything with that shield. They just can't kill him. They must be so angry right now. The funny thing is as well that... and he's got the gadget as well. Oh, imagine if he did that. He was so close to doing it. The funny thing as well, like, Fade is literally like best friends with the guys on Stamina. He literally used to team with them. So there's like, there's even more, like, Fade knows how to play. There's inside information. Stamina knows how he plays. It's just a lot going on. He's going to run up, get the kill onto Amber. Sans is pretty weak. Popping his hypercharge. Seems to work out. Yeah, just about manages to stay alive. But here comes a Primo hypercharge. A Gale hypercharge. This is about to get messy. Great takedown from Zulan, though. Here's a 3v2 situation. Fade's going to go in. If he pops his super, though, he doesn't get stunned by this Primo hypercharge. I mean, Zulan's just dust anyways. So Fade's just going to leave him alone. What? The Gale hypercharge? What? He just launched him across the entire map. Great super from Zulan there. Bobby's going to go weak. Great takedown from Zulan in Tyrant. Bobby's going to go in. I don't think there's much that he can really do here in a 3v1 situation. He's going to pass over to Fade. There's so much riding on this shot. He gets the goal. And now that's Tribe going for the reverse sweep. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Surely we're not about to see a reverse sweep here from Tribe. Oh, everything on the line. Ah, bro, I want to see Stamina win this and then it go to the final one. I love it when that happens. All right, let's see it. Lock in. I mean, like I said, Zulan was still playing good even when they were losing. I just hope it wasn't like a bad omen, one of those things that you say and then it happens. Right, Zulan needs to heal up. And now, I don't even know what you do. It's the pace seems to have slowed down a little bit here. A little bit. Zulan's doing a good job. That's already 2 gadgets down, though. Not sure if he's using the extra gadget charge. Fade with a super. The good thing about Buster on this map, of course, once you use your super, they can't actually see you activate it in the grass. So it makes it really good for center stage. His wall peeking's pretty good on this map. If Fade again. Oh, Fade, bro. He's just ultimate glaze. I don't even care. His Buster is just absolutely out of this world. Surely you've got to target ban this brawler when it's a good map like this. It's just insane. Also, Buster has a really good matchup against Amber and Rico. Any multiple projectile brawlers, it's going to do really good into. That was kind of a good bait this time from Stamina, but it still takes like 2 members every single time to chip him down on the Buster. Tyrant goes down a great kill onto Zar, and they're literally 1 minute away from winning this game. So it's up to Stamina here, backs against the walls. Who would have ever thought at the beginning of the year, the runners up from the World Finals on their last straw, they're fighting for their lives. Bobby is going huge right now. Again, everyone pretty weak. There's only 56 seconds left. This is insane. What more can I even say? Fade is about to go down. I think it just stays. No, it just dies, actually. Good connection from Zulan. Bobby with a super. Tyrant's doing all he can here to take him down. Zar is a beast on his amber. Another takedown from him. He's got great positioning, but he just needs a teammate here to help him to get up the map. Sans has his hypercharge. Ball is in the goal here for Tribe. A Bobby hypercharge super. Sans super. They need to combine this to get the goal if they want a chance of scoring. Bobby's going to go into his hypercharge. That's going to be a Gale gadget in the corner. Passes it out. Zar with a super kick. Bobby with the super kick as well. This is going to be so close. The pass. Bobby's going to score. That is so clutch. 9 seconds left. I don't even know what was happening. I don't think Tyrant should have got the ball out of the corner. I don't even know. But now into overtime. What is going to happen here? Fade's in a good spot here for him to score. Bobby's going to go weak. Hypercharge Gale super. This is surely Tribe's goal. Tyrant's going to walk it in. And that's going to be Tribe winning the game. And Stamina, unfortunately, they don't go to LCQ no matter what happens. I want to be happy, but at the same time, I'm kind of sad for Bobby. I mean, big win for the Tribe boys. Absolutely love to see it. Love to see it, especially after they've been through some hard months as well after winning the first monthly final. But that's a bad way to lose for Stamina. I feel like momentum was in their favor, and as you can see by the scorelines, I don't know what really happened. I mean, Ezlivy came in, gave a different dynamic, but I feel like that was seriously, I mean, everyone on Tri played well, but the Fade masterclass in some of those games, it was, I don't even know, intense series. I'm honestly like heartbroken for Stamina boys, but excited for Tribe. Hopefully they can watch their way to the world finals. I don't even know what to say. Right, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.